Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Fiverwatch. My name is Altair,
Mayor.
Mika.
and we are here to talk about comics, movies, video games, and all the geek stuff that we like. And this episode, we're gonna be talking about Wandavision Episode 7. And if you haven't heard, this episode has two major character reveals. And if you don't know that, then what the hell are you doing here? You should be going to your computer, watching episode 7, and coming back watching us after you watch that. So this has been your spoiler warning. If you haven't watched it, go watch it, come back and watch us. Spoilers commence in 3, 2, 1.
I'm just kidding.
Don Mayor just had to get his Don Cheadle out of the way. But,
Yeah, I know.
okay, so
It's the per episode Don Cheadle moment.
yeah, there has to be. We have to have that. Of course, we have to talk about this episode's reference. Of course, the 90s, or not 90s, 2000s, right? We're in the
2000s, yeah.
Mid to late 2000s?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was the time that Modern Family started. So
Yeah.
Yes.
I guess they got that tone from that one.
And the opening, when Mayor and I watched it, so we were wondering what's this from? It's apparently
It's The
from The Office.
Office!
It's from The
It's
Office.
The Office!
Yeah, The Office. Sabi tayo. Told you, yeah.
Although the font of WandaVision looked like Modern Family.
It did. The
Yeah.
last
Yeah.
one, the whole Wanda vision with the red Wanda. Yeah.
Yeah.
Took a lot of inspiration from Modern Family. Even how the episode was structured.
Yes,
It's
the
very
Yeah.
Modern Family-ish.
breaking the
Even
fourth
what she was
wall.
wearing.
Yeah.
Even what she was wearing
Yeah.
looked like what Claire wears in Modern Family when she
She
just wants
was
a-
basically Claire.
Yep. She
Yes.
was Claire.
Claire
The
whole time.
hairstyle too, and the whole cookie,
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm fine.
Me and Altair had a lot of reactions to those scenes.
Yeah. Partly
Where is
because
this
it was
her?
so well done, and partly because simping over Elizabeth Olsen. Dude, this girl
We're
can't.
like, stop, girl. Stop.
Just stop. Lizzie, stop.
You can't. You
Lizzie,
put her
stop.
anywhere. You put her anywhere. She's still gorgeous.
I know, right? She's.
And now she self quarantines herself, and she's in like American pambahay, and she
Yeah.
still looks gorgeous.
She's mesmerizing.
And I like her facial expressions because she tried to act how actresses would act during that time period,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
So from the first episode until here, you know that she researched on how Claire would
Mhm.
act.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, from her facial expression to looking at the camera
The sarcasm.
for those awkward moments.
It's amazing how instantly you recognize, oh, that's Claire from Modern Family.
Yeah.
And you don't even need a whole season to establish that. It's amazing
Yeah.
how she gets every single character that she's trying to portray. And this is over the course of 7 episodes. So she's been like 7 different characters. It's
Right.
amazing.
Yeah.
I love that the quirkiness of the entire episode, the whole mockumentary vibe, even extended to Vision. Because I love that
Yeah, he
scene
was
where he was with the
sitting
lapel.
Oh.
Vision with the
Yeah,
lapel.
he was sitting down.
And he was just sitting down and there was a boom mic and he
Yeah.
was like, oh. And
Why
it's
am
just
I-
so
And
funny
then-
to see.
And then eventually he's like, oh, what am I doing here? He's like removing the lapel.
Even
was
the
pretty funny.
dialogue, all of the nuances were just, spot on for this. And I was really waiting for this because I'm such a huge fan of like The Office and Modern Family and
Yeah.
everything and mockumentaries in general. So like even her like little nuances about like, it's just a Mondays, am I right?
Am I right?
Again,
Bravo.
Lizzie, stop it.
Stop
Stop
it.
it, Lizzie.
Ah,
Stop
We
it.
see you.
Stop
We
it.
see you,
That-
girl. We see you.
Girl.
So I guess before we go to the details and the nitty-gritty of the
Mhm.
episode, siguro the broad strokes, right? So like Alter said, we had 2 character reveals in this episode.
Yes.
I think episode 7 is more of a set piece establisher,
Mhm. Mhm.
right? We need to establish who's who already. So by the time we reach the last 2, it's all
Yeah.
just gonna be like climax and then what happens after.
Let's start first with what's happening outside. With Agent Wu and Monica. They were going to meet with the aerospace engineer, which we are all.
That was not a red herring right there.
It doesn't have to be a red herring. It's just that the aerospace engineer, maybe he or she sent this team. Like, I can't be with you yet.
Mhm.
I'll send you some people.
Yeah. Actually, I think it's totally like Mika said, because I remember in that scene when Monica steps and then meets with Major Gooding. So she says like, my mother would really appreciate your loyalty, and then she replies with, she's not the only one I'm loyal to. So I think there's still a guy that this team, Major Gooding and her squad, is loyal to within Shield, but they haven't revealed yet. Project Cataract, diba?
Yeah.
The one that Darcy.
Yeah, that was the first project that they said.
And
Yeah.
it's apparently Vision. It's apparently Vision's body weaponized.
I
True,
took it to
true.
mean that like they were bringing him back to maybe do an Ultron Part 2.
Hmm?
Which Wanda, I feel like Wanda, when Wanda went in there, she couldn't care less whether their intentions were for good or bad. She just wanted Vision back.
What we're seeing is like a reality that she wants us to see.
Yeah.
But if you remove the veil, he's like Ultron, like when Ultron was like that, right? Very macabre, but
Yeah.
I think that's the reason why when he left the Hex, he was slowly degrading because that was his natural state, to be not complete.
So this is basically
Right?
Wanda
So,
parang doing a waltz with like the dead synthezoid corpse of her husband.
yeah,
Kind of.
yeah, kind
Yeah.
of, yeah.
Ah.
I mean,
Yeah.
there was
So-
that first scary jump scare,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
in
yeah.
one of the earlier episodes where she
Mhm.
actually saw what could be his real form with his head bashed in and
Mhm,
everything,
mhm.
and
Scary
Yeah.
shit.
When they introduced the thing that you ordered, the thing that you asked for, it's right here, right? So I was all like, "Ooh, what is that secret weapon that they're about to unfurl that
Mm.
will like equalize equalize the plane between like a powerful Wanda and them normal employees, right?" So it's basically a van.
It's a space rover.
It's a space van.
It's the
you
best
know
they
what?
got.
That was just so funny.
That was so anticlimactic.
It wasn't like a cool space looking rover.
It was
It
just
was
a
like-
truck cosplaying.
It was like something you would find at Toy Kingdom at one point.
What?
Right. Right.
It's
Like
a Hot
Toy
Wheels thing.
version.
But oh well,
Or like
Space
Arrow
Rover.
Okay.
Space Rover. So
Space
basically,
Rover.
after Space Rover happened, he's like, screw it. I'm just gonna go through.
Yep.
So as she went through, okay, you can totally see all of her
Different
Wandavision personalities,
Iterations.
right?
Different eras.
Different eras, and it was trying to separate from her with sheer force of will.
Mm.
Okay, she was able to combine all of her personalities, went into her, and that's when her eyes started to glow blue,
Right.
right? And she was
Mhm.
able to go through. It's basically an origin story of a certain superhero.
Yep.
Okay, so in the comics, she's actually a superhero,
Hmm.
right? Her name is Spectrum.
She has the ability to transmute and become different. Like she can become gamma ray, she can become ultraviolet ray, she can be X-ray, and
The full
the full spectrum. Exactly. And then she can also travel at that speed. That's why she can fly.
And I like the contrast also because it was like you have Carol Danvers where it was an accident.
It
It
was.
was an accident. Nobody wants to get blasted by an Infinity Stone, right? But like for Monica, it was actually like the radiation plus the sheer amount of her will holding
Mhm.
her together. You could just really feel the sense that was her big moment of.
Yeah.
It was really trying to tear her apart, but she was just willing herself back
Yeah.
together. So I like that it was not just a freak accident or some
Yeah.
explosion, but it was really her because she was getting through this thing, and that's
Yeah.
how eventually she became Spectrum.
She barges into Wanda's house.
Hmm.
And then she's like, and they had this confrontation. Wanda was supposed to slam her down, but she was able to superhero land,
Yeah.
superhero land, the try landing.
Yeah.
Okay,
Which
And
is
then
actually
Wanda's
very
like-
painful. Don't do that.
yeah. And so Wanda's like, oh, she's different because she did the superhero landing.
Oh, she has powers now.
Different now.
Oh.
Only people with powers can do that.
Try land.
Yeah. When Monica said, Tyler's out there trying to carpet bomb Westview, don't make him make you the villain. And then I loved her answer. And she's like, what if I've already am? And then she gave like this like look na parang
Ah.
you know
I-
what
I love
happened here.
I love it too because it was basically just like it was basically her saying I don't care. I don't care what's happening outside.
Mm.
So he's making you the
Yeah.
villain and everything. And you know what? When you're in Wanda's shoes and you have this perfect world falling apart and you're worried about some person on the outside making you the bad guy, it really doesn't matter. who cares? Who cares who's the villain or not? You should want to make me the villain? Oh, sige, whatever. But my world is falling apart right now. That's her concern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the turning point there is because Monica came in with the intent to turn Wanda back into the good side. Because that's why she said she could have killed me when she blew me out of the hex dome, but
Yeah.
she chose not to. So there's probably still good in her. And also she also told Hayward na if Wanda's the problem, she needs to be the solution. So Monica came in with the intent of turning or at least steering Wanda back into the good side. However, in that confrontation, when Monica was sort of getting the side
Getting somewhere.
yeah, getting somewhere, a
Yeah,
person
yeah, because Monica,
a
yeah,
person looks
'cause-
into her window through her window, and here we come, second reveal of the
Yeah.
episode, and
oh,
we
so
called
yeah,
it.
second reveal.
We called it.
Agnes. And I
do
like,
have to say props to Marvel because at first, okay, it was like the Agatha Harkness thing, and at the very beginning, we were like, oh, could that be her? But actually, after some time, I forgot that she was a possibility.
Yeah, they
After
shook it
some
off.
time, I was like, oh, maybe they just used her name, and they actually led me away from.
Mhm.
And when I was watching the episode, it was such a oh my god, it was like oh, I'm so stupid for forgetting because they actually managed to lead me away from the whole Agatha
Yeah.
Harkness thing.
Yep.
in episode 6, the conversation with Vision,
Mhm.
right? That was such a like the aggroing of her.
The aggro. Yeah. And I think
Yeah.
Marvel is very conscious about these decisions because they know, okay, the fans are gonna theorize. The fans are gonna like the minute they see Agnes, they're gonna make theories. So okay, let's give it to them, but then let's pull it away, and then it's like, no,
Like,
she's
oh,
a victim.
she's trying to
She's a
escape.
victim. Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
trying to escape.
So leading us on, like, with carrots and a stick, and dude, right in our faces, they just do it. Yeah, you were right in the first place.
I love the build up, right? So after she was being swept away from Monica, right? They went to Agnes's house,
Mhm.
right? And then when she sat down, Wanda started to like be iffy about where she was.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the first thing she asked was, "Where are the kids?" Because
Yeah.
it was quiet. And then when Agnes said, "Oh, why don't we try the basement?"
Mm-mm.
I'm like,
I was like, oh my god! It went from Modern Family to The Conjuring really, really quickly. And at that point, it was like, where's that moment? And then you hear this like the TV on there, and then you see, and then she starts realizing, oh my god, oh, why is there a fly on the curtain? I was suddenly like, but while I was watching, I was like,
Ay.
oh no,
Mommy.
hide. I was
Yeah.
like, it got creepy really
and
quickly.
then as she went down, when she opened the basement door, and then there were stairs leading down, I'm like, girl, ready this already, girl, because this is gonna be like superpower.
Do the-
You
do the
need to
thing.
turn on your superpower. So she went down, and it started to change.
Yeah, it's like
Right?
Diablo.
Reality started to change. And I don't know if you noticed. I don't know if you noticed it. It was really subtle, but it's really cool. It started to become movie aspect.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Went through.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Slowly
I
as
didn't
she
know
went into
that.
the tree.
It became movie aspect.
Ooh.
Black
Yeah.
bar started to appear
Okay.
from TV, right? It became wide angle.
Okay.
Because I think it's kind of bordering on the lines of Doctor Strange.
Multiverse
Doctor
of
Strange's
Madness
thing,
na.
The first thing that's very significant is the book. Not only is this place creepy, but there is a book. All right, there is a book there that's sort of like glowing, weirdly, and I think it's the Darkhold book. It's called the Darkhold.
The Darkhold book. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah,
What is the Darkhold book?
and then it is Agatha's book.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's where Mephisto is trapped.
Yeah. It's probably connecting nga to every time that Agnes refers to her husband Ralph, and then we never see her. Because it's probably she's in the process of finding power or a way in which she can contact her husband, who is in fact the devil.
Ralph is in the book.
Well, this is just theory, but
Ralph is in the book.
if Mayor's speculations are true that it is the Darkhold book, which I think it probably is. I mean, what else could it be, right? Then
Yeah.
that could probably
Yeah.
be the motivation of Agnes, because she's always talking about her absentee husband, and I think that's where it's tied into.
The Darkhold is also called the Book of Sins.
Yeah.
Okay, it is Agatha Harkness's book. She owns it.
Akala ko she
Yun.
wrote it. She-
Dear diary, I summoned the demon today. I just wanted to say the way in which Agatha slipped the kids out of Wanda's grasp was so genius. I mean, watching it the first time it was like nothing to worry about, but watching it again before we did this video, I was like, dude, that was a genius move. Wanda came out of her, crazy night and she was just like, don't have all the answers. I don't have all the answers. And then knock 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 and then Wanda magically opens the door and then Agnes just strides in and then like, hey, how can I help you, girl? And then your mom needs some time alone. And then Wanda's like, yeah, I really do, thank you, sis.
yeah.
And then she just gets the kids and like, oh, could you check my mole? Just super small nuances, but ang galing. Catherine Hahn, the actress of Agatha, is super good.
Yeah, she is so good, and it's a testament actually to the whole production. I have never seen anything go from sitcom vibes to horror movie in one episode,
Yeah, yeah.
just like that. And like I'm sure a lot of production people know this. It's so hard to switch like
Tre-
that
Treatment
right
wise.
away.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
treatment wise.
treatment-wise,
Yeah.
exactly. Because it's like for a horror movie, everything is different. Like the
Mhm.
lighting is different.
The angles
The
are
sound
different.
is
Yeah.
different. The angles are different,
Mhm.
exactly. How you move the camera, that creepy moment where Wanda knew something was wrong, so the
Yep.
camera kind of shifted this way, and you got the silhouette of like Agnes in the back.
Yeah.
That was like so like, and suddenly as an audience member, you're watching and you're like, whoa, where did that come from? Hold on. Wait a minute, we were all happy a while
Exactly.
ago.
Ang galing. I wanted to do something where because we all know that there's still a very secret cameo coming out at probably the end of this, right? So I know we've had our theories,
feel.
we've had our speculations on this, but at the count of three, can we all say at the same time who we think it is? 1, 2, 3. Aaron Taylor
War
Johnson.
Machine.
Doctor Strange. Okay, I nearly said Dr. Cheadle.
Wait.
Because I was looking at Mayor and I was thinking Don Cheadle, but I was saying Dr. Strange. I was like,
Maybe-
Dr. Strange.
Maybe
Guys,
Mika, you secretly
It's
really
really
want
gonna
Don
be-
Cheadle. Maybe you want
Dr.
Oh
Don
my God,
Cheadle
Don
as
Cheadle
Dr.
as Dr.
Strange.
Strange. Oh my! Oh,
Yeah, but
that did
we
happen
don't
though.
know what happened to them.
No, but that did
Yeah.
happen, Mayor. Diba in the comics, Iron Man became the Sorcerer Supreme. You know how the Asgardians say magic is basically technology millenniums forward. So they were saying
Yeah.
the most talented person in our current sorcery technology is is Tony Stark. So that comic basically told the story of Stephen Strange passing on the
He
mantle.
out science magic.
Yeah.
He out science magic.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's possible that since, if we don't have RDJ, then we're gonna have a Dr.
Doc
Cheadle.
Cheadle. Doc
God
Machine.
forbid! Lords of
Dr. Shin.
Lords of Marvel,
Doc Machine.
please do not listen to this imbecile. Do not listen.
Doc Machine.
Aaron Taylor Johnson. I am still just I don't know. I don't know if there are any other fans of Aaron Taylor Johnson in this world, but I just want him back. I want him to like just come zooming and save the kids or Wanda at the last moment. I would freak out if Aaron Taylor Johnson,
That-
the real
That's
Quicksilver.
also
feel-
why I'm still holding out for the X-Men. I'm still holding out for the X-Men because I still say that there has to be some reason why it was Evan Peters and not Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Yeah.
Because it was so easy. If you wanted to do the whole Pietro thing and the Quicksilver thing, you can just bring him back. I mean, like, she's already seeing dead Vision. She can see dead Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Why did they
too.
confuse us?
But and she didn't even recognize Pietro.
Yeah.
So there has to be some reason why they chose using the Fox version. So I'm still hoping this means we get X-Men.
I highly doubt it's gonna be just for like
Shock value.
Shock value sake.
Mhm.
It's gonna be someone who's very significant to tying up what's happening now,
And has the
right?
capacity.
And is
Has the
an
capacity.
integral part of how
What's to
they're
come.
gonna face what's to come, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Which is
Lizzie did say that this, what will happen at the end. We are expecting a cameo that is on the level of what
Mhm.
happened in the Mandalorian.
What
I was
happened in
gonna say,
Mandalorian?
it
Double
might-
spoiler
it might be a
alert.
spoiler. It might still be a spoiler for some people. So it will be at the level of what we saw and squealed at for the Mandalorian season 2. So it's gonna be on that.
My
There's
goodness.
only one answer then.
Doc Machine.
Doc Machine.
Yeah, Doc Machine. Oh, by the way, for people who don't know, okay, so WandaVision will end in 2 more weeks, right? Then we have 1 more week before Winter Soldier.
With behind the scenes
Okay, so
of
for that
WandaVision.
week, Disney will be giving us behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
So if you wanna join the Stop It Lizzie campaign,
Yeah.
you can watch that one to see
Hashtag
more of her
hashtag stop it,
doing
Lizzie.
the yeah.
Just
To
being annoyingly
see her
gorgeous.
yeah, yes, and annoyingly adorable at the same time.
Hashtag stop it, Lizzie.
Right. Yeah, stop it. We know. We know.
We see you.
Yes.
We see you. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you guys again. Crazy stuff happening, and I can't wait for the next episode. It's gonna be amazing. And as always, we're gonna see you guys again. If you guys have comments, if you guys have theories, please do share. We are enjoying everything that we've been doing the past weeks, and we can't wait to do to see what happens, how this whole thing goes to a full circle. But once again, this has been Out There,
Mayor.
And Mika, brace yourselves.
and we'll see you in the next week.